And welcome to a special edition of the Arms Race. I'm your boy Ro, contributor for State of the U and OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys. When I saw this matchup earlier in the year on the Arms Race, I red circled this one because it is Sam Howell from UNC versus the University of Miami's De'Ara King. And here we go. Now, customary is I'm going to use the week before. However, UNC played a cupcake, so I went to the next prior conference opponent, and Notre Dame kind of fits that bill. So they get special considerations for joining the ACC this year in 2020. Now, this play, it's going to show Sam Howell's unique ability to extend the play and have something go your way when it's simply not there. And you know what? The offensive coordinator and how they designed this play, it's a mess from the start. Pay attention. Play action pass, left guard, right? He's going to pull to go ahead and try to suck up some defenders, which he does. That's good design, but here's where it's bad. You're leaving this defensive end unchecked, and you're asking your left guard to come across the formation and hit him. Sure, no problem. Keep your quarterback in the pocket. That might work. But Sam Howell just kind of floats. Bad footwork out here, and now he puts himself in direct line with the defensive end. He drops his head, and now he turns into the runner. Now, University of Miami, you're going to have to get him on the ground because you can't do this. When you have the opportunity, miss tackle, not getting there, and he's going to go ahead and extend the play. So very capable runner when he needs to be. And now we're going to go ahead and slide over to De'Ara King because this was actually a wrinkle that the University of Miami employed. This is going to be a midline read. Now, a zone read, similar. Now, in that zone read, you're going to leave this guy unchecked, okay? But in this case, you're going to slide in and pay attention to defensive tackle and look at your guy Clark and watch what he does right here. Ready? Go and snap. See him take a step in. Well, that kind of engaged the defensive tackle and was a feint. It was a feint block, right? He faked it. Now he's stepping inside. So De'Ara King's vision, he's reading this defensive tackle, right? You think he's a capable runner? Now just look at the feet. I think as a runner, in terms of foot speed, De'Ara King's going to go ahead and get the nod early from me in terms of Sam Howell. The reality is you can design run plays for both, but I think De'Ara King's going to be featured more with Rhett Lashley as a primary runner over versus Sam Howell. So this is going to be back-to-back clips accentuating the quarterback's toughness and inside the red zone when it matters most. Right here, 3-by-1, close to the formation. Here's your one outside to the field. You also have a pass-catching option right now left of the quarterback, thus giving you a very pass-heavy look into the boundary. ND goes ahead and combats this hard. This is what they're looking like pre-snap. One-on-one, you can see it. Sam Howell identifies it. Fade ball. This is exactly where the ball needs to go. Good read there. Now, this is what accentuates his toughness because he is going to take a shot right there. Able to take a shot, deliver a pretty ball. ND's cornerback's in phase. I think he gets his head turned around just a little late, and it's too late at that point. It leads to 6 points. Now, let's go over to Miami versus Duke. Coming out in their 12-set personnel, 2 tight ends. They got 2 good ones, so here they are. Here's Brevin Jordan in the slot, and you're going to focus on Will Mallory. Now, good play design. This defensive end is coming in like a bat out of hell. So you're going to go ahead and try to sell this block, which Will Mallory does. He kind of gets pushed back a little bit. There it is. He's trying to go ahead, and now he's got to turn into a pass catcher, and quickly. So De'Ara King sees this materialize. He knows he's going to go ahead and take a shot. There it is. Gets thrown to the ground, but still has the presence of mind to go ahead and deliver the ball with some touch. This is going to get you on touchdown's doorstep, and they would eventually turn that into 6. Both quarterbacks show the ability there to be tough and take shots. This is going to be a good one. Both of these quarterbacks have the propensity to process something other than their first read. And both of these cases, you're going to see this. Here's Sam Howell. UNC is going to go ahead and use some jet sweep motion across the formation. Now, it's just going to simply be a max protect 2-person route. They're trying to hit this wide receiver, and they're trying to do an over concept over here. Now, ND must have did a really good job scouting because if you're going to do a max protect and you have a 2-person route, they're in man 2 is what I think the call is. The only reason why I'm saying is corner's going to fall down up here at the top of the screen, and when he does, he's still running with his man across the screen, and then you're also field side corner was taking his rail. So you got man 2. So perfect coverage. So there's nothing open downfield. I can promise you this. You have 2 safeties. So he's looking downfield. It's not there. And to go ahead and swing all the way across the formation, hit that initial jet motion for a check down, that's great quarterbacking play. That's how you go ahead when your initial reads aren't there. Way to go ahead and process that, get a first down. Check downs aren't always bad, people. So here you go. Now, University of Miami, pay attention to De'Aaron King. This is 3rd and 13, 0-0. I thought this was the play of the game. Now, I accentuated this on the studio of the game this week because of the blocking of what Cam Harris did, comes into the A gap, snuffs out this stunt, and I really like what they did. But now I just want to focus right on De'Aaron King because his first read, watch it, it's out here, takes the linebacker a little bit with him. Now he's looking more at the middle of the field. So you're processing 1 and 2, and then comes back off it over the middle of the field to hit this dig route in stride and accurate to allow Mike Harley to get the first down. Both quarterbacks right there. First read's not there. Stay in the pocket, stay tall, make the play. Good stuff. Now, if you're going to go ahead and play flat-footed on defense, both of these quarterbacks can make you pay and make you pay in a hurry. Right here, pre-snap, Notre Dame's going to look like they're in a 2-deep safety shell. However, the word deep is going to get replaced by short because both of these safeties are going to attach to their respective 2, meaning their slot wide receiver. So this safety is going to go ahead, clamp down. This safety is going to go ahead, kind of patrol his area, and at the end of this clip, you're going to see that he's attached to his 2-side receiver as well. Now, the last clip, I thought Notre Dame had the perfect play call. If you're going to run a 2-person max protect scheme, having 2-man, well, that really decimated UNC on the last play. Now, on this play, UNC, tip your cap, they win because if you're going to go ahead and have the perfect play call against this defense, this is it. 2 posts on the outside. Now, pay attention to Sam Howell here. He's going to be able to get this right here to extend the time to go ahead and make this play happen because you can see the defensive tackle right here. He's in for it, keeps his eyes downfield, slides just enough to get this play to happen. That was instinctual. That was great quarterbacking play. Ball's a little short. If it's on the money, that's probably 6 now. They would score in the next play. However, that was great quarterbacking play, and that was great read, identifiable, seeing the post-snap picture change, and there you go. Now, De'Aaron King. Now, this isn't any kind of sophisticated coverage on the back end or anything. It's just a coverage bust, but he's able to pick up on it early, looks on the field. There it is. It's already open. So this a lot of times can be the hardest throw for a quarterback because you know it's wide open, so you don't want to go ahead and shortchange it. But you want to talk about being right on the money, perfectly on the money. He stays in stride. Let's carry this out all the way to the end because it's always fun when we do so. Oh, you're kidding me, right? It's just going to be a single clip, just word of advice. Good job when you go ahead and get pressure. And you can still see how slippery Sam Howell can be. He's going to slide out of a tackle or 2 right here, but you're going to still have to get him on the ground. You just got to go ahead and keep it in waves, continue your good tackling from a week ago. I thought it was the best tackling performance I've seen out of a University of Miami Hurricane defense in probably over a decade. And you're going to need to continue that trend because when you have an opportunity to put Sam Howell on the ground, you need to take it. Man, I'm getting flashbacks. This is definitely a Stacy Searles coached offensive line. Just on their heels. Ugh. Come on, Miami defensive line. So this is going to be the last comparison clip of the night before we decide who the winner of the arms race is. And in this case right here, both quarterbacks, they can make some tight window throws. They can both put some zip on the ball in the middle of the field. This one was almost like funny to me because you're going to have a dig route right here with the X wide receiver. It's going to be completed right here. It's like he's sitting when he catches the ball. I like to throw. Sam Howell, great job in the pocket. Way to stand tall, and there you go. Catches it when he's basically sitting down. So great zip on the ball. Way to fit the ball into a rather tight window. And not to be outdone, you're also going to have De'Aaron King right here to the bottom of the screen. Brevin Jordan is just going to put the buddy on some skates. And this ball, this is an exquisitely thrown ball. Some zip over the middle of the field. This constitutes a tight window throw right on the break, right there. I mean, you look at that. You got like essentially 4 Duke Blue Devil defenders in line. No issues. Nice ball. Way to get Brevin Jordan involved. And the winner is... Now, I know Sam Howell is the ACC leader in passing, right? I know Sam Howell has a 26 touchdowns versus 6 interceptions and a 68% passing clip. Conversely, De'Aaron King has 20 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, and 64%. Now, at the same time, Sam Howell's only added 116 yards rushing on the ground versus De'Aaron King's 467. But here, stats aside, you lost to Florida State. You have 3 losses on the season. And in this case, You were a solid offense last year, but nobody means more to an ACC team this year in terms of their overall record than this man on the screen right here, De'Ara King. De'Ara King and Rhett Lashley have rejuvenated the fan base. They are at home, and I think they have the edge. So stats aside, and Sam Howell's a stud, and Sam Howell has the edge there. I just think when this quarterback goes ahead and leads you to a better record, there's a reason for that. And when it's all said and done with at home, I think De'Ara King's going to make a few more plays. Miami wins.
Yeah.